Hello there, Heidi here, once again. It's been a while since I've posted anything. So today I thought I'll take you through my feeding regime with my subadults or younger boas, just to show you, explain to you some of the morphs that we've got, show you some color varieties, and then just obviously show off some beautiful boas. So let me get started with what we're feeding. So these are the rats we will be feeding to the snakes. They are varying sizes. Now I buy my rodents all frozen, pre-killed and frozen, so I just have to defrost them and I can feed my snakes. So mostly we'll be feeding medium rats to the majority of the snakes. So I've got my tub with all my rodents in. You can see they've been humanely euthanized. There's no blood on them. No bloody noses. So yeah, let's start. So my snakes were cleaned yesterday, so they're all fired up and ready for food. This is my gorgeous boy. He is a Guyanan boa, red-tailed boa. There you go. You can see the nice saddles he's got. That's typical of a Guyanan red-tail. And then this amazing red-tail, which they are known for. So he'll constrict and then obviously eat in a bit. How gorgeous is he? Okay, so the next guy I am going to be feeding is the leopard jungle. And I know he's right in front of his cage, waiting for food. I'll show you his pattern now. Look how gorgeous this boy is. All the patterning. Quite dark, he's in shed, but such an amazing animal. And he'll constrict. They don't know between live and dead, so they always constrict. And yeah, this is this guy, the jungle leopard. Now, just to explain what a jungle leopard is, obviously consists of two genes, a jungle and a leopard. The jungle is a codom gene, and what it basically does is it cleans the background, sometimes has strange patterns, but sometimes it's also very difficult to tell them between a normal and what is a jungle. Now, these animals actually originate out of a zoo in Sweden. It was just someone noticed these differences, and then they went and bought up the snakes, I'm assuming, and bred them, and eventually saw that it's a super form, it's a codom. So supers are very pretty, usually striped, but they are lazy breeders, so sometimes it's just better to get the jungle and that rather than the super jungle if you are intending to breed them. Now, just to explain the leopard gene, it is a recessive gene, so you do have to make heads before you can get a leopard, but usually these heads are visual, unless you put them with another gene that can contaminate what they look like, but heads you can usually see which ones the heads and not if you know what to look for. Now, these are actually a dwarf boa originating out of Sonora. They sometimes have fine speckling, or sometimes they've got blotches as well, but generally underneath the chin it's red, and sometimes even the bellies are red. So very pretty boa if you've got. I'll show you what a normal leopard looks like shortly. This is my paradigm, and obviously she is very keen on food. I could not open her tub for her, and she's come quite a way out. So let me just give her food. There you go. There she took it. Let me quickly move her cage open. Alright, so she messed water all over, so excuse the wet cage. But this is a paradigm. You'll see I've got another two which each one looks completely different. And it's just part of their genetic makeup. They are actually a visual head of a boa woman caramel, T positive albino, and a sharp T negative albino. So once you breed them together, you can make Bowman caramels, you can make sharp albinos, and then you can make a couple of hets and normals in between as well. I cleaned cages yesterday and he's already managed to mess it up. So this is also a paradigm. You can see it looks totally different to the previous one. And let me quickly get a rat for this guy. I'm sure you'll appreciate it. The males, I do feed a little bit smaller prey than what I would the females, just because they don't need to be that big, and they grow a lot slower, or I'd prefer to have them grow a little bit slower. There you go. He thought food was a good idea. Now, with paradigms, sometimes there's a change from baby to adult. So they do start off light, like a very light color, and they do change into a darker color. So all their saddles, the background, that all changes with age. All right, so this is my last paradigm. Once again, you can see the color change, the pattern change. He's also a male, so he gets smaller food. I'm sure he's going to take it. There we go. As I was saying that. So once again, just to have a look at his patterning, very pretty snake. It's got like X's as well. Can't wait to breed these guys, which hopefully will happen next year. They've been cleaned yesterday, so these guys are already waiting for their food. Let's see if I can get him out here without spilling his water. There we go. So this is a jungle arabesque. So arabesque is a gene where there's thinning of the saddles, and which connect, forming a lateral stripe running down either side of his body. So you'll see there's no breaks in the side patterning of his body. Let me quickly get him a rat so long before he thinks my camera is a rat. Hey, dude. No, man. You're supposed to eat it. There we go. All right, so you see the lateral patterning, all stripes are joining. And there's no break in between. Now, they usually have a beige body color and then the dark tail with reduced patterns. Now, these are incomplete dominant and also originating from South American boas. You can obviously get a super form. I have not seen many supers, but they do clean up very nicely. And these are a codom, as I said, incomplete dominant. So there is a super form. Just to see if I can get his tail out here, just to show you a nice clear view of him, and you can see how nicely his tail is. It's got like squares down the tail, stripes down the body, and nice blotching. All right, so this dude that decided water was his friend and wet his whole cage, once again waiting for his food. Wow, that was almost my finger. Let's give him food, smaller food than what he usually would get, or because it's a male. So super ghost, let's start with a ghost. So a ghost is a anery hypo. So the hypo is obviously a codom, and the anery is a recessive gene. So anery makes it dark and black, where the hypo actually just lightens it up again. So quite a very interesting combination of genetics. Now this one is a super hypo anery, basically. Now the anery comes from the Colombian bloodline, and then the hypo originated, most of the hypos originated from Panama. So a very pretty snake, nice little tail, very speckly. I'll show you a little ghost a little bit later, just to show you the differences between the guys. All right, so this one is right in the back of the cage, which makes me think he's not going to eat. But let's have a look. So this is a hypo jungle het leopard. So a lot of times, like I said, you can see the het leopard. It's due to shed. I don't know if it's okay. He's going to eat. He's hungry. I don't know if you guys actually saw that. Just want to pull him out here a bit. So you can see with the head leopard, a lot of times we get these squares down the back. Obviously he's been muddied with hypo, but we can still see that visual head. Alright, so I know snakes are like children. You're not allowed to have a favorite, but this is my favorite girl. Let me see if I can put some light on her. Oh, the camera doesn't do her justice, but she's got amazing orange on her face and an amazing orange on the sides. So a really pretty snake. She's got those silver eyes with the brown underneath. Just amazing snake. Let me put the light off, give her some privacy, and let's feed her a rat quickly. Hey girl. Okay, she didn't waste any time. Just to pull her out. Oh man, she is so gorgeous. I wish you guys could appreciate the beauty of this snake. Definitely one of my favorite snakes. Hey, I want to show them your tail, girl. Alright, not sure if you can see that orange on her face, but yeah, she's loving her food. Alright, so this guy, also a naughty guy, sat in his water bowl, messed all the water. Now he's sitting on the heat at least. It does help with the humidity. Obviously it does dry up quite quickly, especially on a very hot day like today. So this guy is a super sun glow jungle. So super meaning it's a super hypo. It's an albino, which makes it a sun glow. And then it has jungle in it as well. So that's a bit of a pattern disruption. Once I get closer, let's see if he eats. He is due to shed. Let's see if he takes food. Yeah, boy. They usually eat quite well. No, you missed the food. There we go. So you can see he's, there you go. Come, eat your food. There you go. So I want to show you his pattern. You can see how broken his patterns are. If you look at that. And the back patterns here as well. And then even the tail pattern is distorted. So that is typical of your jungle gene. This guy usually comes out blazing. Cleaned yesterday and already took a poop. So that's what snakes do. So we don't mind. Now this one's a coral albino. Let's see if he'll take food, which he should. He's usually a very good feeder and very aggressive in any case. Excuse the creaking of the floor. It's a wooden floor. All right, let's see if I put some light on it. There we go. You can see the pattern a lot clearer. You can't see nicely, but it's got some orange flakes in it, which is part of the coral gene. And then if you look at the tail, also quite distorted, typical of your coral gene as well. Very beautiful guy. One that I bred myself and have kept back because of his genetics. This is also one gorgeous snake. Amazing pattern on her. Let me put my flash on. You can see better. As far as I know, she's a hypo jungle. She might be het leopard. I'm not 100% sure on this girl. I don't have a tag up for her, which makes it a little bit more difficult to know what genetics she has. But I'm sure she's going to be ready to eat. There we go. Not very aggressive. But look at her amazing pattern. Just look at that. The stripe, the zigzag, more striping. Really beautiful girl. Nice tail on her as well. Alright, so this is a super hypo jungle. If I'm not mistaken, he did not prove out to be jungle. So this is what a super hypo would look like. Very pretty patterns. I'll show you a hypo now as well. Sorry about my finger there in the way. And he's going to be chomping that much better. Alright, I don't have a hypo jungle, but this is a hypo jungle motley. It's also a very pretty boy. he needs to breed next year, so slightly bigger food, but you can see that nice pattern on him. So Motley is a codom gene, but the super form is lethal, so you don't want to breed those two together. They do make a black snake, but they generally don't do very well, and they will die. If they survive birth, they will die within a couple of days and up to about 2 years old. I haven't seen any older than 2 years old. Just appreciate this gorgeous guy. His tail. Skull is just a hypo motley. You'll see it's got similar patterns to the super hypo. I'm lying. What am I doing? Yeah, the hypo jungle motley. Sorry. There we go. She's managed to dirty her cage, but that will be a spot clean. She's wrapped on the tub, around the tub. Let me just move her. Just want to show her patterning off, so very similar to that hyper jungle motley. I also just love her tail. I've raised this guy, well, girl from baby, so I'm very proud of her progress. She will eventually get a little bit bigger and be able to breed. This is a anery, or supposedly it's an anery motley. Anery is anathoristic, which once again it is a recessive gene, and then the motley is a codominant gene, which makes lethal babies. So this guy also just gets a small rat. He is breeding sized, so this is just a maintenance diet. That was fast. I didn't even get his head. Also, once again, very pretty snake. I love motleys. The patterns also join. They've got those spots going down the body. That's what the motley comes from. And then there's no pattern on the side. And that's generally how I tell a motley from anything else, is it lacks the patterning. Alright then, I hope you enjoyed the feeding video. Let me know if there's anything else you want to see. I will be feeding the adults at some stage in the near future, and then I'll show you what they look like as well and what we're planning to breed this year. Anyways, take care and see you in the next one.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.